Hey guys, this is George from Cox's Harley Davidson in Rock Hill, and I am looking at a brand new 2022 Harley Davidson Pan America Special with the 1250 Revolution Max engine. And this bike is one of my favorite bikes in the world. And let me tell you why. It all comes down to this new engine. The Revolution Max engine is fully liquid cooled. It's a stressed member of the frame. So you've got a rear subframe over here. You've got the upper subframe for the front end to connect to. And the rest is the engine. This reduces the overall weight of the bike by a dramatic amount. And the engine, you can see with the transmission cover and everything, the whole drivetrain is much smaller and much lighter. Now that doesn't mean it doesn't put out the power, because this is rolling on 150 horses and 94 foot-pounds of torque. So in a bike that overall weighs 20 pounds less than a Sportster 48, this is giving you a spicy amount of performance, especially when you factor in that this bike can go anywhere. It handles on-road touring just fine. It handles off-roading just fine. And it is an amazing riding experience. Now, it's a little different from a normal Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson is known for great touring bikes with big bore American VTwins. Now, this VTwin is a little different. It gets its torque and its horsepower up in the higher rev ranges. So you're going to be revving this engine more than what you're used to on a typical Harley Davidson. But that's not a bad thing. It's just a little different. Indifferent can be good. So let's explain a little bit about what's going on in the dash. Right here, it's showing that we are in road mode. If we hit the mode button, and we have sport mode, we have off-road mode, and we have rain mode. And these modes change the personality of the bike. When you first get a Pan America, I recommend using rain mode. And then once you get to know it a little bit, go into road, and then you go into sport. And this is what you are buying this bike for. In sport mode, that turns this bike truly into a sport touring machine, because it has a lot of lean angle. It's got cornering ABS. It has, and you can see from the computer leads going into the suspension, it has a semi-active suspension. And what that means is, depending on what you're doing with the bike, what mode you're in, what your throttle position is, what your lean angle is, what your wheel speed is it's going to handle differently. And all of this is transparent to the rider. All you get is a great ride. High beams, push forward till it clicks to lock the high beams on. You've got cruise control. You've got heated grips. You've got the menus to change your information display, change the way the bike handles in different modes. There's a lot of stuff going on, and if you come in, I will show you these things personally. The switch gear here is a little bit different from your typical Harley Davidson, and this button right up here is how you change those modes. So the layout is a different design language. Also, what I like about it, keyless fuel tank. We got the key fob with the bike, so this is going to be unlocked. But if you walk away from the bike with your key fob on you, that will lock up and you can't get in. Nobody can steal your gas. But this bike overall is a phenomenal bike. It's well worth a test drive. And if you're one of the height challenged individuals out there, it is tall, but there are some things that we can do about that for you with a lower seat, a reach seat, which will help. But it is a tall bike, and the reason why it's tall, it's the same reason that you'd lift your Jeep. If you got a Jeep or a truck and you're going to go off-road, you lift it up. That's the same thing on this type of bike, because this bike is designed to go off-road. And having taken these bikes off-road, I can tell you, you put on some knobby tires, it's a great big dirt bike. It's awesome. You're gonna love it. Phenomenal machine all the way around. And this one also being the special, you can tell here you've got the adaptive headlights. So you got the main headlights here, then you got these adaptive lights, which are going to, as you lean into a curve, it's going to shine light into the curve. The windscreen is easily adjustable with this trigger-like mechanism here, and you can adjust your windscreen depending on what you're doing. I tend to like it down if I'm going off-roading or if I'm just in town. It's easy to maintain. There's no valve adjustments necessary because it's got a whole new system for variable valve timing, so you don't have to do that valve adjustment service like you do on you know, most motorcycles. So that's going to reduce your cost of ownership. All you have to do is maintain your service schedule, keep that oil changed, and you're going to be fine. You can go 2-up very easily. It's a comfortable bike for 2-up. You can go off-road very easy. You've got the hardware built in to connect your pannier attachment points so you can put luggage on it. Hard cases, like you see on a lot of adventure bikes, or what I like is the new soft cases, which are I think much better. I think that's a good technology, is the soft cases. Adjustable brake and clutch levers, which is something you don't really see on Harleys a lot, but those adjustable levers are great. You've got a steering dampener. You've got a lot of stuff that you don't see on typical Harley Davidsons because they don't really need them, but you got them on the Pan Am because you're going to take advantage of those features. This bike is absolutely awesome. Come take a test drive. Talk to Mike, talk to Archie, talk to Bruce, talk to Joe, talk to George if you want some details about it, because I'm the one that's taken this thing out and have done everything you can do on these things. I've rode them through the Mojave Desert. I've had a blast on them, and I can't recommend them highly enough. As far as all the adventure bikes on the market goes, the Multistradas, the GS's, the Tigers, the Super Teneres, a whole bunch of motorcycles out there that are like this, the adventure category bike. And out of all of the adventure bikes, the Pan America Special is absolutely my hands down favorite. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't, but it is. So you're stuck with me telling you about the Pan America Special. All right, guys, if you have any questions, shout out to us. Peace.